squeezing it अच्छे से. If you buy them now, unsubscribe from my channel. For India, putting on a pad is sex education. That is enough. Show you my legs is upper utha ke. Tell my mother even today that this is the conversation that I am having with these girls today that you should have had with me in the first place. Hi, what's up you guys? Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to another girl talk video. I did this video I think a couple of months back and y'all loved it so much, and so many of y'all had so many different questions, and I realized that sex ed in India is so lacking. We don't know so much about our own bodies, and that's so sad for me to know. I have shared so much and been so candid with y'all on this platform, right from my first menstrual cup experience to my first bikini laser hair removal. Y'all have been there and seen through it all. So here we are with part 2 of the girl talk video. A quick disclaimer I want to give you all is that I do come from a place of knowledge. I am a healthcare worker. I know what I'm talking when I talk about the girl talk stuff, but do not consider this video as a private medical consultation or medical advice. I am not a gynecologist. I do not have in-depth knowledge about your female reproductive system. I'm going to talk from my very basic knowledge of anat, physio, medicine and all of that, and also my personal experiences and whatever my mother has passed down to me. So with that kept in mind, let's dive straight into this video. If this is the first time you've come onto my channel, then hi, I'm Sarah. I make beauty and lifestyle content here on YouTube. Take a moment, hit that subscribe button, join the Sarah squad. I'm sure you love it here, and also don't forget to hit the bell icon right next to it so that every time I upload a video you get notified. And with that, we can dive straight into this. First question we have is, why does your breast pain? So before and after your period, your breast can get sensitive, like the skin around your breast can get sensitive and you might have slight pain. But if you have excruciating pain कि आपसे बर्दाश्त नहीं हो रहा है, or you see any color changes around your breast area, then that is the indicator that ting 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 that you have to go and consult a gynac, an oncologist, somebody who's more experienced in this area. You have to show your breast and get it examined. I want to ask that, do you get pregnant in your first time only? No, you guys, no. Why? I have so many questions every time I do this secrets video. People get scared to have sex because you feel you'll get pregnant. There is a reason they have invented protection. There is a reason there is condom. There are so many different ways of birth control, of protection that you can use, and more than you using it, I highly recommend that you should always make sure that your male partner is using a condom, because that is like the easiest way of protection, easiest method of birth control, and 99% of the time it does work. There's that 1% of time that it might not work, but always use protection. It's not only for birth control but also for like other infections, STDs, sexually transmitted diseases that you want protection from. They are even worse than getting pregnant, trust me. Hi Sarah, I want to ask you about back acne and butt acne. I don't like it at all. It has left me with a lot of marks, so tell me, what should I do about it? So back and butt acne can be very common if you have dandruff on your scalp. It is very well related, because if your dandruff tends to fall on your back, on your butt when you're having a bath, so that could also cause a lot of acne. So make sure that you have a clean scalp, treat your dandruff, and you will see that there's a difference in your back and butt acne. But if this is hormonal and you have very big cystic acne, then you can get it checked from a dermatologist, take medicines for those acne. If it's only those bumpy sort of and textures and like uneven skin, then that could probably be dandruff, and you can also get rid of it with exfoliation. Try to use a shower gel which has like scrub beads in it, like twice or thrice a week, and exfoliate regularly your butt as well as your back, so you can get rid of all the dead skin cells, because if you're not scrubbing your back properly, then that could also cause to a lot of clogged pores, which causes acne in general. So multiple reasons. You can exfoliate, use a serum which has niacinamide, so it will take care of your marks. Ask somebody to apply it for you in case you can't reach your back, and also make sure that you're checking your scalp. About white discharge, Sarah, I'm a teenager and I got white discharge in big amounts daily. Why does it come? I'm so tensed about it. Don't be tensed about regular white discharge. If the white discharge is only white, there is no smell, foul smell to it, then it is normal. Like before your period, after your period, there is some sort of white discharge. Even before sex, after sex, you can have a little bit of white discharge that is present. When you're in your teenage, it can get a little more because your hormones are completely out of control. But if this discharge gives you itching, a lot of itching, and is also smelling a lot, then that could possibly be an infection. So foul smell and also itching and redness along with that is something that you should get checked from your gynecologist, because that could be signs of a fungal infection. direction. Tampons give me pain, so what should I do? If it's hurting you, then skip it. Go for sanitary pads which are organic, which are safe for the environment. You could keep continuing to try use tampons because they are very comfortable. It should not give you pain. Maybe you're just not inserting it correctly. Whenever you're inserting a device in your vagina, be it a menstrual cup or a tampon, just make sure you're not going straight up. Your vagina is not a straight structure, it's slightly behind, so push it in this direction and then it will glide in smoothly. And relax when you do that, because if you constrict, vagina is a muscle, it's going to constrict itself. So relax while you do all this. Hey Sarah, I'm 13 and after my first periods, I haven't got my periods after 2 months. Is it still normal? Yes, it is. The first period and the first couple of at least 6 months post your first period, it can be very irregular. Honestly, girls, when you're in your teenage up to 20s, periods can fluctuate quite a lot because of stress. Even the slightest amount of stress can be a contributor to not letting your hormones be in control, and then that directly has an effect on your period. So just stress less, exercise, eat right, balance your lifestyle really well, because that contributes to your hormones being in balance, and then your periods will start being regular. So that's very important. PCOS is a big reason for that. PCOS is polycystic ovarian syndrome. Usme ye sabhi hota hai, like periods are not regular, body fat percentage increases, you get a lot of acne. All of this is contribution, combined mixture of stress. But stress करना है तुम खुद से नहीं छोड़ सकते, तो उसको counter react करने के लिए start exercising, eating right, so that you're taking care of your body at all points of time. What do you think about body shaming? I think it's very outdated. Anybody who tells you your body is not the ideal body type, it's not bikini body, you need to lose weight or you need to look slimmer to fit into a dress, just let all of that go. You all need to start being comfortable in your skin, with your stretch marks, with your body, exactly how it is, you guys. Everything is normal. Butt acne, back acne, stretch marks, it's all normal. Everybody has it. People just have a way of concealing it. Just because I have stretch marks, I'm not wearing this jacket right now. It's cold over here, that is why I'm wearing this jacket. It should be your choice and not somebody else's choice on what are the clothes you're wearing. Be very confident in your body. And honestly, people लोग तो हमेशा कुछ ना कुछ तो उनको मिलेगा ही बोलने के लिए, तो कुछ ना कुछ रीजन ढूंढ के आपको शेम करने की कोशिश करेंगे. Tips on facial hair removal. Facial hair removal is super easy. You can use that razor. You get separate face razors. I use the one by Carmesi. Very, very easy to do. I have shown it in a lot of my skincare videos, my spa videos, also my makeup tutorials. Some of them in the beginning I have used razors and shown you how I shave my face. For my upper lip and my eyebrows, I try to go for threading because I just feel like I want a clean removal and it lasts longer. Like threading lasts longer. I've had pimples from a very young age, and that always gave me a feeling of inferiority, that I didn't look like others with completely clear soft skin. I still have them and I don't feel confident about my looks because of that. You guys, I've had acne and I've been on YouTube with that face. If you throw back to my first couple of videos, I have so much cystic acne and I still was on a public platform. You cannot stop your skin issues to allow you to come on camera, talk to people, be like that. A lot of people pointed out my acne also. I also did not like looking at myself in the mirror. I'm not telling you I was always confident. I was not. Behind the screen, I was trying to do everything to get them in control. But while I am trying to get them in control, I cannot feel shameful of myself. Otherwise, I could not do YouTube and I wouldn't be where I am today. Confidence is a journey and you alone can work on it. Nobody can tell you to be confident and you can be it. Like, you have to look at yourself in the mirror every day and realize that this is what God has given you and you're beautiful exactly like that. So you will start feeling and manifesting that beauty and it will just radiate through and through. Like, for a very long period of my life, say from 16 up to 20, I consumed birth control pills just to keep my face clear of cystic acne and to keep my hormones in balance. And after 20s, when I stopped that and I just continued my exercise and healthy eating and everything, today I have clear skin, alhamdulillah. I do get my pimples one off, like I have one pimple here, one pimple over here, which because of makeup, I don't know if you can see or no, but I do get those occasional period pimple and period skin, but it's not as bad as it was when I was 16, 17. So when you get older, like now I'm 22, it will get better. So believe that your skin will get better when you're older, because you just, your skin, your hormones, they all come under control. Sarah, I really want someone to guide me about endometriosis and I think you will be the perfect mentor. So endometriosis is a very common condition and it's super painful, very often goes neglected in women because we all just neglect it as period pain and you tend to not treat it for a very long time. What happens basically is the uterine lining inside your uterus, the lining which is there, that cells start multiplying, the tissue starts multiplying so much, and with time, if you have the condition, then it overlaps your ovaries, it overlaps your fallopian tubes, and it can only be surgically removed. So if you don't manage it in time, and if you don't do the correct care for endometriosis, then you have to go in for a surgical removal of all this excess tissue that has collected on all the other organs of your female reproductive system. So that is basically like a gist of what endometriosis is. And of course, it will give you a lot of pain because your uterus ka tissue has gone on all other organs. So every time you're in periods, along with your uterus, everything else contracts, gives you that spasm and pain. It's excruciating pain. These are the kind of women who cannot get up during their period. They are in that much pain. So when you have that kind of pain, just get it checked once, because it honestly should not be normal to be in so much pain during your period that you are not functional. Apart from surgery, I don't think there is a method to deal with endometriosis just yet. In the surgery for endometriosis, they don't remove the uterus. That's not a hysterectomy. They are not going to remove your uterus. They're just going to remove the excessive tissue pileup that is there. So after that, the period pain and everything, the spasms, all of that get better. And so honestly, you do need like professional advice to guide you to the right track when you are dealing with endometriosis. But don't feel like you're alone, because a lot of women deal with it. Is black thick blood or tissue coming out during your first day of period normal? Yes. The first day of period will tend to have like black, brown, really dark blood, because it's mostly the blood that has remained in your uterus from your last period. So it's like stayed in your body for 20 odd days. It's oxidized, and that's why it's when it's leaving your body, it's very dark. I tried using the menstrual cup in the small size, but it opens before I'm able to insert it completely, and so the stem sticks out. It also hurts while inserting. Tried a lot of times. So a lot of y'all have tried menstrual cup after seeing my video, and a lot of y'all have failed also. Trust me, I am lucky that I got it right in the first time. वो वीडियो के टाइम में मुझे पहली बार में इतना अच्छे से हो गया, बट उसके बाद मुझे हर एक पीरियड में थोड़ा ट्राइंग पीरियड होता है. बट नाउ आई एम सो कंफर्टेबल, लाइक आफ्टर 2 periods now I'm so comfortable using a menstrual cup. It's very easy, but it takes its time for you to get used to it. And if it's opening before you insert it, just make sure you're pressing really well, squeezing it अच्छे से, and then once you put it inside, only then let it open. The best position to put your menstrual cup is like in full squat, like completely sit down on the floor in squat position, full squat, and then put it in. That's like the easiest, because you're most relaxed in that position. Trust me when I tell you that menstrual cup is life changing, because every time you get your period, you don't have to hunt where's the pad, where's the pad, where's the tampon, where's the tampon. A menstrual cup is always there, and it's very easy to use. You just have to dump the blood, wash it, put it back inside your system, and you're good to go. And there's no leakage whatsoever. Very clean also. My skin tone is medium, but still I have a dark vagina. Any suggestion, is it okay for it to be of that color? Absolutely, you guys. Your underarms, your pubes, your vagina, everything down there, over here, everything is supposed to be that color. It is not supposed to be light. Any of these products which are lightening, whitening for your vagina, if you buy them now, unsubscribe from my channel. Don't be here. Do not get trapped in this marketing menace of whitening, lightening products for your vagina. It is not right. It is just feeding on your insecurities. Your pubes are supposed to be dark. That skin is supposed to be more hyperpigmented. No matter how fair, how light you can make yourself from the outside, even though I do not recommend doing that, you cannot lighten and should not want to lighten your vagina and your pubes and your butt and your underarms and all of that. I get so many brand deal collabs for all of this stuff, and I honestly want to shout at these brands that don't even reach out to me. I don't want your money. I don't want to promote such products, and I don't want my girls feeling like they have to lighten and whiten and brighten their vaginas, because it's not necessary. Hi Dee, I am 18 and facing heavy breast issue. It just makes me feel demotivated and nervous in front of people. I understand, actually. I know that when you're just 18 and you're in your college, and if you have really big breasts, I know I had friends who were made fun of because they had a heavier chest than other girls. Girls and children can be mean, and don't get trapped into all of that. Honestly, later on they will tell you, oh, you have such nice big boobs. They will want that from you, and they will feel jealous of you. The tables will just turn when you grow a little older. But don't feel demotivated because of that. If you feel like you are not comfortable wearing all clothes, you get minimizer bras. There's this one from Amante which is very comfortable and nice and minimizing, so it will just keep your cleavage also in place. I have put it in my Amante haul video, so check that out. It's very comfortable to wear. In fact, what I would suggest is do your push-ups really regularly so that your chest muscles are really nice and well formed, your pectorals are really nice and well formed, and your boobs are always going to be nice and perky and up there and don't start sagging, because if you have heavy breasts then they can sag easily. I really want to know about your first period experience. Were you aware about everything? To be very honest, I was, because I got my period in my 8th standard, and by that time everyone in my classroom already had, my friends already had their period. My sister had it. My sister's like 7 years older to me. My mom had already introduced me to what it was, and we had that very stupid sex ed from Whisper in our school where they came and showed us how to put a pad. For my school that was only sex ed. For India, putting on a pad is sex education. That is enough. Nothing else they teach us, only how to put on a pad. So I knew what a pad was. I knew I had to put it on. So it was my summer break and I was playing downstairs. When I came up, I saw blood and I just took a pad from the kitchen and I put it, and it was very, very uneventful. Have your parents ever talked about sex education in your teens? If yes, then how they told you all that? No, they didn't. They did not tell me anything about sex education. I tell my mother even today that this is the conversation that I am having with these girls today that you should have had with me in the first place. But no, parents in India are so shy. They just expect you to go out there and learn it on yourself. And I was so lucky that my best friend taught me all this right in time, right age. I think when I was 12 or 13, that is when she told me everything much in depth without shying or anything, and I learned from her instead of going to any wrong website and learning from the wrong sites and wrong people and falling into wrong company. I learned from my best friend, and I'm so grateful she taught me. You know, when a guy is touching you, when it's consensual, when it's not, when it's a good touch, when it's a bad touch, when do you like when a man is touching you, when do you not like when a man is touching you, what happens when a man touches you, what is sex, how to protect it, how to protect yourself, what is child control, how are children made, that basic complete anatomy, physiology, everything needs to be known. This is sex education. This is what is supposed to be taught in schools and taught by parents to everybody, to girls, boys, transgender women. Everyone should know this equally. By the time you're 11, 12 only, I feel like today you should know all this, because when you're stepping out in the outside world, if the wrong people give you the wrong information, it's very easy to cause trauma, you know, and that's so bad, because when girls don't know all this in the right time, men take advantage of you in the time when you don't even know what is happening to your body, and that trauma and that scarring is always there with you. So if there are any parents watching my video today, please have these conversations with your children and explain to your boys and girls equally about what their bodies are, what they're supposed to do. Even if it's an awkward conversation, trust me, you're saving your child's life when you have these conversations with them, because so many children have so much trauma you don't even know, because children will never tell you. The laser treatment that you got, was it worth it? Absolutely. Trust me, it's been a month. I wish I could show you my legs. जैसा ऊपर उठा के इतनी flexible हूँ नहीं, इतने से बाल आए खाली, और खाली एक सेशन हुआ है अभी तक मेरा, तो 6 सेशन के बाद तो I feel like बिल्कुल नहीं आएंगे बाल. Even though it's just a laser hair reduction, it has massively 90% reduced my hair. Even in my bikini area, I just have a stubble till now, and it's been a month. Like, my next session is due right now in the next week. So it's absolutely effective and I highly recommend it. I have severe vaginal itching but don't know what to do. Is it normal? Burns like hell? No, so much vaginal itching and burning is not good. Could be sign of a urinary tract infection. Get it checked. Definitely get it checked. Could be an infection for sure. I'm currently on my periods and have miserable blood flow. I mean, I have to change my pad every 2 to 3 hours. Is it okay, or should I consult a doctor? Ideally, you should, because the heavy flow on the first, second, third day is still fine. Changing pad 2 to 3 hours is good. It's healthy. But 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th day and plus अगर तुम्हारा चल रहा है period, then definitely consult a doctor, because then you'll have excessive blood loss and that's not good for you. How to shave a bikini line and the products that are safe to use. I just use my body wash over there and use a razor. You can use a separate shaving gel as well if you want to. You can use aloe vera gel if you want to. Shaving the bikini line is very simple. You can sit in complete squat position and do that. Now that I have done laser hair removal, I don't feel the need to shave anymore. But when I used to shave, that's what I used to do. Can I use the Venus razor on my face? I do not recommend that you do that. For face, you get separate razors altogether. Don't use the Venus razor on your face, because that's a little too harsh for your face. Your face skin is super sensitive. And I think with that, we can wrap today's video. Almost all questions were answered by me. A few were repetitive. I hope you liked this video. If you didn't, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. For today's video, Sarah Squad shout out goes to Samiksha Garje. Thank you so much for watching and supporting my channel. If you want to be a part of next video, Sarah Squad shout out, you know what to do. Hit that subscribe button, bell icon right next to it, and also leave a comment down below saying hashtag Sarah Squad. And you get a chance to be a part of my next video, Sarah Squad shout out. I will see you guys very soon in another video. Bye guys, love you. Mwah.